Oh, I got a good one for you. This is 8 things that nobody's telling you about the Happyrun G300 Pro. Let's go. I absolutely love buying new things, whether it's a new e-bike or an electric unicycle or one wheel, whatever it is. You gotta wait a couple days to get it. So then I go and I watch every single YouTube video and I find that I enjoy that process even more enjoyable. So like, I watch everything that I possibly can on the product that's coming to me, and then I realize when it gets here, the fuck? Nobody's telling me like all these things. Like, why are nobody mentioning any of these things? So I like to make a video on those. This is 8 things that nobody has mentioned on any of the videos that I'm talking about or watching on YouTube about this bike. Spoiler alert, it fucking rips. This thing is so great, and no matter any of the 8 things that I'm about to tell you, TLDR, I'd still buy it in a heartbeat 10 times over. So let's get into them, because these are some things that I really do think that you should know, but man, this thing, God, it's just beautiful and it's fun to ride. All right, so number 1, there's no power status bar on the battery, right? So when you pull this battery out, on a Surron, there's a little bar on there that will tell you how much like your battery is charged at when it's charging. There's nothing on this battery. You're just like, if you bring it into, like I bring it into a different room because it's loud when it's charging. I don't want to just sit here while I'm watching TV and hear this. So I put it in my bathroom or out like outside in the garage or whatever. Great. Well, I have no idea how much is charged. It's just you're charging blind. There's no status meter on the battery. So you kind of just have to know, all right, well, I ran it down to like basically nothing. It's going to take me 5 hours. I ran it down like halfway. It's going to take me like 2.5 hours. It's a 5-hour charge. But remember, it only takes 2 hours to charge up to 80%. That's pretty freaking cool. All right, number 2, the hardest part of the installation is not the front tire. I really thought that was going to be, especially doing it by myself. Simple, man. It's easy. It's not that hard. You just got to get it up on a stand. And I don't even have a stand. I just used like an end table. Totally fine. This bike is not as heavy as everybody says it is. I mean, it's heavy, but like once you get the battery out, I mean, it's basically the same as my EUC. And this bad boy is like 105 pounds or something. It's so heavy. It's so heavy. It's a V13 from InMotion. So I'm used to using, like picking this up. You can absolutely pick this up and put it onto like something. I did that. I'm only a 5'7", 145 pounds. So you'll be fine. This is not the hardest thing about the installation. It's definitely this rear shock. Holy shit, that part sucks. It sucks, dude, especially by yourself. What I would recommend, first of all, you have to have it up on a stand. If you're just gonna try to do it like this, it's impossible because it's like pressurized against itself and the angles aren't gonna work right. The screws are gonna be tensioned and you're gonna be trying so hard, it's not gonna work. So get it up on a stand. You have to start with the bottom one first, down here, okay? Start down here, put this screw on, then you can kind of like lean on it and compress it enough to right where you want it and put the top one on, okay? And then, what nobody is telling you is that you're not gonna be able to hand tighten that. This thing's going 50 miles an hour, 48 miles an hour, and it does, by the way. Right out the box. I didn't have to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the brake pad, like brake at all. I didn't have to do any kind of, it's right out the box, 48, easy. So, I'd probably hit the 50 if I tried harder. What I wanted you to know is that you're not gonna be able to, it's too hard to do by hand, but you're gonna need some sort of socket wrench. Once you put a socket wrench on, oh my God. I mean, you're just rolling. It's a 13, by the way, if anybody's wondering, it's 13 millimeter. And then you're just like cranking it, and you'll realize how much more it had to go that I couldn't do by hand. You're like, oh my God, it wouldn't be safe to ride this without doing this. So make sure you have some sort of socket wrench, and you'll be able to handle that at 13 millimeters. Easy peasy. Number 3, there's pink cellophane all over the bike. So when you look at the colors, first of all, everybody's gonna be telling you like, oh, this orange stuff, like it's part of the bike, you can't peel it off. But then you get it and like there's stuff that's there to peel and you're like, wait a minute, can I peel it off? No, they actually wrap all of the decal in this like pink cellophane, maybe to protect it or something. So you have to go around. You might be looking at it like this white 65, anything that's white will have like a pinkish hue to it. And you're like, what is that? And maybe it looks like it's chipping a little bit. You're gonna have to go through and peel all around the decals. Peel, peel, peel. Who gives a shit? It's satisfying. It's satisfying peel. It's not hard to do. It's very easy. I have like no fingernails. I chew them. And I was able to just get it started and then beautiful. Okay, but don't freak out if like your white has like a pinkish hue to it. That's because you gotta peel something off of it first. Number 4, there's not a lot of room on this handlebar for accessories. There's just not. Like I have one cell phone holder right now, and that now takes up, that's it. On the right side, that's it. Like I have no room for a mirror over here. I just don't. I would have to put it on the middle bar that's straight across, not the actual like right handlebar. On the left side, I have room for one thing, basically. And I'm gonna choose to make that a mirror. But the best thing about that is I got a full throttle to put on this right side. And that's gonna end up leaving like an inch where the quarter throttle used to be. And then I'll be able to put the mirror there. So I'll put a link in the description to that full throttle and the video for the guy who shows how to install it, because he did an awesome job and I want to give him credit. But it's like a 3-minute install. You just get it from, I think I got the throttle from Amazon or something. I got it from somewhere. It was so easy. It got here in like 4 days because it gets here today. And yeah, I'm just going to put that on. It's going to leave an inch, and then I'm going to use that inch. That maybe, because yeah, then I can squeeze the foam out over just a little bit, and then I'll have room to put the mirror on. Dude, there's not a lot of room on this handlebar. It's just not. Number 5, remember when I say what I'm about to say. I love this bike, and it is a budget bike. This is not a $5,000 Surron. So when I say what I'm about to say, keep that in mind. These turn signals suck. They're just trash. I mean, they work, and they turn on the turn signals in the back, but they're so bad and hard to push with no gloves on, it almost makes me not want to use them. They're not like a left and right like a motorcycle. They're not simple buttons to press that you would hope. They're like rubbery buttons. It's like there's a piece of rubber and then the button is underneath that piece of rubber and you have to push in to click to the button underneath. It's hard to activate it, man. It's not great, and I would not really, it makes me honestly not want to put my turn signal on. So that's not ideal. But there is turn signals in case you wanted to use them and make it street legal. So like, okay, they work. But if there's gonna be somewhere where they probably saved some money, it's definitely on the turn signals. And if that's something you can upgrade, I would do that immediately. They're not comfortable, they're just not great. But not everything is clouds and rainbows when you buy a budget bike. And if that's what I'm giving up to have the rest of it be like an amazing ride, I'm okay with that. Now, whether you are or not, that's up to you to decide. Hopefully this helps. Oh, the battery cover's a nightmare. Oh, you guys, watch this. I don't know why nobody's talking about this, but this is an issue. You got one key to open the battery cover. Everybody knows that. Awesome. Now, the other key turns on the battery. We're going to talk about two things at once here and kill two birds with one stone. Before I tell you why this battery cover is giving me trouble, I want to tell you about this battery. I got this whole bike assembled. It took me about 2 hours. The battery was just about finished charging. It took me 2.5 hours to finish putting everything on, nice and at my own pace. I was ready to ride. I was so excited. Put the battery in, turned the key, and I could not for the life of me get it to the on position. I could unlock it and lock it. I could get it to the off position, but I could not move it from off to on. And I sat there for a good 5 minutes. I went to the manual. I was getting really frustrated because I did so much work without any issues, and I couldn't even turn on the freaking battery. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because nothing will turn on unless you turn it on here, and it wouldn't move to the on position. So finally, I just like sat down, took a deep breath, which is the most important thing when you're putting a motorcycle together or working on it at all. You just take a deep breath when you lose your gumption, walk away, come back in a minute, go pet the dog, walk the dog, whatever. I came back and I realized like maybe it's just not seated properly. Like maybe I just gotta really like push it down because it's not very simple pulling it out and pushing it. It doesn't just like glide. It's a little stiff at first. So what I want you to know is like make sure when you put that battery in, maybe go up and down a couple times and then like, I'm not saying slam it down there, but like really make sure that it is all the way down. And then I was able to get it in the on position and go out for a ride. However, not before I had to do this. This is what it takes to close this thing, okay? Got it. Now, do you want to do that every time? Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. That's the worst thing about this bike. Because I'm going to want to take it out every single time I charge it. I'm not going to wheel the bike all the way into my bathroom. I don't want to have it sitting right next to me while I'm watching TV. I don't have a garage. I lied about that, but that's probably the safe thing to do. I live in an apartment. So I can't like fucking, I'm not going to do that. That's a barrier of entry to me. What I call barrier of entry, like when I talk about playing an instrument and learning an instrument, I do that for my real job. I'm a musician. I always, when I'm teaching, I'm like, you gotta have no barriers of entry to playing your instrument and practicing it. It needs to be set up and ready to pick up and just go whenever you have inspiration. This is a barrier to me using this thing. It's like, man, I don't want to fucking deal with that every time I have to charge it. I'm telling you, that really pisses me off. I have a broken wrist from an EUC spill. Can you see that? That's a whole fucking plate in my wrist. You think I want to be just fucking slamming on that thing every 2 minutes, every time I want to use it, every time I want to close it? That part pisses me off. Okay? So I will say that part sucks. However, it does close. You just gotta fucking bam. You really have to hit it, like really hard. I don't know if that's just my bike, but nobody's talking about that. And that is a truth. And then it does close. But from then on out, it's my favorite thing ever. Like, I'll take it because in my next video, I will tell you why I would choose this over a surron, which I did have for sure. I sold my surron. I got this, and I'm so much happier with this than I ever was with the surron. I'd buy this one 10 times over, and I'll tell you exactly why in my next video. Also coming up, make sure you subscribe as well because I've got a lot coming. I want to tell you about all the things that people have said about this bike and whether or not they're true, because some of them ain't so much, and some of them are. All right, subscribe, follow. I got a whole lot more coming. It's time to get happy on the Happyrun G300 Pro. God, this thing rips.